So when you go on the internet, you type in a name in your browser. That name gets translated into a number, which is an IP address, that goes and fetches, basically the location of the server, using a certain set of protocols. The IANA function is actually the coordination of these protocols, these numbers, and these names. Originally, the functions were done by a gentleman called John Postel, a single person. But then later on, as the internet continued to grow and ICANN was created, the functions were grouped under IANA, and these functions are now assumed by a set of people. There is a stewardship of this function that's undertaken by the US government, because originally, as we all know, the internet itself was built by the US government. And it was always assumed that at some point the US government would be giving those functions away or transferring it to some other kind of organization or a body or whatever to perform that stewardship. Last year, the US government has announced that it's now ready to divest itself of the stewardship of this function, and this is where we're at now, where the multi-stakeholder community has to find some way to have the stewardship undertaken either by itself or by another body, but the discussions are currently in place for that. What's happened is that the cross-community working groups that have been created by the community to discuss these issues are now looking at the various options that can be used, an internal option, an external option. But it's important for end users to understand that this is a multi-stakeholder process, so they're directly involved in that. And for our community, what is important is that the functions themselves continue to work well for a stable internet, and at the same time that the functions are not captured by any government or any commercial organization, because that would pretty much spell the end of the internet itself and its breakup. So as far as end users are concerned, we need a stable internet. We need one that is not captured by any single organization. And so the stewardship of this function should be under some kind of umbrella of a multi-stakeholder community that involves end users as well in there. And that's why it is important directly for end users. I actually lead the efforts in the at-large community for all of the input that goes into the cross-community working groups that have been created within ICANN to go and find a solution and create a new way of stewarding those functions. We have an IANA issues working group. We have 5 of our people that are on the cross-community working group, and our own working group feeds the information to the cross-community working groups. And as we are an open community, I invite anybody, any end user who is interested in these issues to come and join at large and also join the working group and help us bring forward the point of view of the internet end user.